Hello, my absolutely beautiful astrology friends. It's me, Stormie Grace, and welcome, Aries, to your horoscope for February of 2022. Now, before we jump in, just to give a little bit of clarification, I am a Western tropical astrologer, and you can absolutely listen to this video for your sun, moon, or rising sign, but I highly recommend that you listen to it for your sun sign, as those energies are going to manifest in a different particular way than your rising sign and your moon sign do, but do you listen for however it works for you. Now, if you're also new around here, or if you've been coming for a minute and you haven't had a chance to jump in and support our Kickstarter, our free astrology YouTube Academy that happens right here on the homepage, please make sure you kick in the description box down below and donate, contribute with us. There are gifts and rewards to keep the Academy going, and if we all put in just a little bit, we all get to eat a lot, so it's a really good time. So hopefully you will jump in and support the Kickstarter. All right, Aries energies, let's talk about what's going on for you this month. Now, first and foremost, take a glance at the chart and you can see that the southern hemisphere, the top part of the chart, is busy. Now, whenever this happens, this is our indicator that it is going to be a social month. Something is calling you to come out, be with the people, very public. There's a public stance. Now, whether it is a grouping or you're doing something professionally, or even if you are retired, there is a call out into the world. So make sure you're taking note of that and seeing how that's manifesting for you, okay, Aries? Now, right at the beginning of the month, I want you to consider that as we travel through February, we're going to have still a strong Capricorn stance and stamp of energy that is happening. And we'll see this as we explore, especially that new moon in Leo, but there's still a lot of focus in the Capricorn area of your chart. So with these energies, I just want you to be mindful that even if it feels like nothing is like really moving quickly forward, or you're not sure exactly what to do next, keep breathing, keep moving intentionally, and keep reviewing what will actually allow you to achieve in the Capricorn areas of your chart. Venus and Mars are going to dance very close to each other all month long, and as the lovers travel with one another, this gives us an opportunity to get a boost of energy that is really very good for achieving the goals and the ambitions that we have and we desire. This can be great for finances. This can be great for relationships, or it can be great for adjusting whatever needs to be shifted in these areas to allow them to be as successful as possible. So keep an eye still with all of the motion we've got this month on your Capricorn stamp, okay? Now, right at the beginning of the month, as we are coming in, we're going to be greeted with this beautiful new moon in the energy of Aquarius, and this is going to light up your 11th house space, Aries, okay? So this is friends, social groups, social media, long range goals, designs, aspirations, plans for yourself. So any place you are connected at a social level, you are really going to find that you have the opportunity to plant your seeds of intention to begin something new here. The new moon, it's dark in the sky, so when the sun and the moon come together, when our luminaries are together, absolutely anything is possible under this energy. So what are your seeds of intention that you're going to be planting at 12 degrees of Aquarius? What do you want to begin, Aries, around your social life? Do you feel like your friendships are strong? Do you feel like your friendships, your social groups, and your desires for your future are in a state and a period of renewal? Also, Aquarius is an energy ruled by both Saturn and Aquarius. So one of the things that I think a lot about at this new moon is, where do you want to progress and kind of break out of what has been? You're having your own little rebellion or revolution in this very social area of your life. What does that look like for you? On the first, you want to plant your seeds of intention to begin, and it doesn't have to be something new. You can give something a fresh start. You can say, I want to revive myself in a social way. Whatever that looks like, you just plant your seeds of intention at this time, and we'll watch it bloom and blossom over the next 4 weeks, but definitely quite potently over the next 2 weeks. We will see your social life begin to get really, really different. That's for sure. Now, when we get to the 3rd, we've got Mercury coming out of retrograde. Mercury out of retrograde. Yes. Okay. I am so ready for that. We had Venus in retrograde as we came into the year. Then Mercury followed suit. So now we'll have Venus out of retrograde and we will have Mercury out of retrograde as of the 3rd as well. Now, Mercury is coming out of retrograde at 24 degrees of Capricorn. And we got to see the entirety of this Mercury cycle, which will end at the end of the month officially, move between 24 degrees of Capricorn and 10 degrees of Aquarius. So in your chart, in your 10th house, in your 11th house, where did you see that things came back to you from the past? Things needed your review, your revision. Did you quit a job and now you're looking to find a new job? What happened for you in these career and friendship and social areas? This would have been a really big time of looking at those things from the past. Now, as Mercury is out of retrograde on this particular day, it is in that Capricorn energy. So your 10th house, Aries, are you starting to hear back for some job opportunities? Things that you were maybe contracts or agreements you were connected to or you agreed to maybe back in January, now they've fallen through or now they're moving forward. What has happened in the area of your career or your public appearance and your community work? These are definitely areas we're going to see Mercury retrograde showing up, now ready to move some energies forward. But please keep in mind that the entirety of the Mercury retrograde cycle is not done until February 24th, where we see Mercury get back to 10 degrees of Aquarius and then officially move forward. So if some of the energy still feels like it's holding, that is why, okay? When we get to the 14th, we're going to see Mercury now out of retrograde take a motion forward into the energy of Aquarius. So I want you to back up to January 2nd when Mercury moved into Aquarius the first time. What was happening in your social life? Around your social groupings, around your aspirations of things moving forward with friendships. You know, was there a lot of social media communication going on for you at that time? Where were you being granted access January 2nd, around that time, to a lot of information that maybe you hadn't been thinking about before? Then we had Mercury move forward, get ready to go a couple degrees, then it retrograded back into the energy of Capricorn. Now, Mercury is back into that energy of Aquarius. So go back to January 2nd, all the way from January 2nd to January 14th. What knowledge and information came to you? Because now you're going to be ready to do something with it as Mercury's back in the energy of Aquarius. And I also think that our communications, we can expect them to be kind of erratic, maybe very spontaneous. You hear back of something or something comes to you, news out of the blue, things like that, okay? Now, on the 16th, we're going to have a full moon in the energy of Leo. This is going to light up your 5th house space. So think friends, think joy, think children, think self-expression, things that you've maybe needed to take a risk on. Really, you know, Aries, are you playing? Do you have enough joy? Do you have things going on with your children that is like a childlike, playful energy? We've also got Mercury and Pluto in a conjunction at this particular moon. So this is a lot about, I think, this particular moon, really you having a sense of your own self-expression, and truly the children in your lives or the organizations in your life that are very joyful, bring you joy, or very playful, they could be having their own boisterous kind of self-expression that is available here. Now, the other thing I think is important at this full moon to remember is that it's asking us to end, acknowledge, or adjust things that are a little bit off track, right? So if you've been expressing something or you've not been expressing something, this moon may bring it out from you. It may bring it to the surface because you need to have a conversation about what's really going on. What is that real expression of information that needs to come out so that it can course correct, get all of the beautiful light of this full moon, and be on track to move forward with a path of joy that is going to be the best for you. I also think of conception in this particular energy. So Aries, are you starting something over this next couple weeks that this full moon has brought to your table? When we get to the 17th, we've got Jupiter and Uranus in a sextile. And I really like this energy because, first of all, the sextile provides not only a pocket of opportunity like the trine does, where there's an ease of energy available here. I can access it. It presents some kind of opportunity, but I have to engage it. And instead, the sextile gives the ease of the opportunity, plus we're taking intelligent action to make that opportunity come to light. So we've got Jupiter traveling in Pisces in your 12th house, sextiling Uranus, who's in Taurus, in your 2nd house. So this gives me the indicator that it's like, yes, positive changes to what maybe felt dark around your finances, or what felt dark or mysterious in your life, in your relationships. Did it feel like there's been information around you that you couldn't tackle it, you couldn't get to it, you didn't understand the value of it at the time? Was there something going on in your relationships that had a lack of clarity? Now this sextile is giving you this action and this energy and this opportunity to get into it. Where it felt difficult and hard and stuck before, now you're granted like an innovation to expand. You're granted you're granted a little bit of a breakthrough. And there could also just be new information that comes to your table that makes things easier and more available for you to access. So I really think that this is a positive day. Use this energy the very best that you can. If you need to take a risk on this day, these are definitely the two bodies to do it. Now, when we get to the 18th, we'll see the sun move into the energy of Pisces, lighting up also this 12th house space. So the sun brings light, heat, life, and vitality. And this is a beautiful time before birthday time, Aries. Where do you need to rest? Where do you need to rejuvenate? Where do you need to assimilate everything that you have learned in this last year? Remember, the great healing womb of that 12th house space is to assimilate. Get your spirit right. Allow yourself, in this very busy social time that we've got going, allow yourself time to disconnect and unplug where you need to. I also think that the sun moving into this 12th house space is going to give you, it's going to show you if there's something that's been hidden and needs to come to light. It's like a cold case file in your life. It gets brought to the surface, or you're having to work behind the scenes to get into the depth of the information so that you can bring it to light later. With Jupiter in this particular area of your chart, things that have to do with education, legal things, and finances, I think maybe you're working on that behind the scenes. And as we get into the springtime, we'll be able to see you thrust a little bit more into that in reality. So whatever behind the scenes work needs to be done, go ahead and do it with this particular energy. As we close out the end of this month on the 24th, we'll see Mercury officially leaving post-retrograde shadow time, which means we bring an end to the entirety of the Mercury retrograde cycle, which started back on December 29th. So some of that hold back on needing to make decisions, having these big conversations, signing those contracts, we have been through the full cycle of this particular retrograde, and now we will release that energy to move forward. So I greatly encourage you to consider, what has your reflection time between December 29th and now shown you about decisions that you're making, information on your table, your social groups, and where do you find yourself at today? All right, my absolutely beautiful Aries friends, I hope you have a gorgeous month. Please check out the Kickstarter and make sure you are also checking out your moon and weekly horoscope videos. I wish you a beautiful month, everything that is coming for you socially. I hope that you remember you are wrapped in the robe of the universe, which is wise and loving, and you do have the skills and resources you need to make it through whatever comes your way. All right, beautiful friends, I love you, and I'll see you next month. Bye.